If you disabuse yourself of hate, then you would know that African sexuality has always been diverse. What the global village has done through the internet is simply to unveil this for us. You don't want to miss the interesting conversations on demystifying the African Sexuality podcast. The DAS Podcast. Welcome to part 4 of episode 5 of the DAS Podcast. You're still with Black Pepper, and yes, I have Banner and Andrew here. Now, the question for this is, do you reckon security organs have been of help in combating vigilantism against LGBTQ? If yes or no, how?
Security organs have actually promoted vigilantism. I can't say that the entire security system has done it, but participants in the security organs have done. We've seen cases where LGBTQ persons and even feminine presenting persons or trans women or masculine presenting persons who are not even members of the LGBTQ community just go to police to report their cases and report their perpetrators, and instead they are criminalized. So in such instances, what is the police doing? It's encouraging this the suspect, the perpetrator to do even more, knowing nothing is going to happen. Recently, there is a case that happened in Lubaga where one Morris reported a case. Was reported by Morris is the one who really actually does the blackmail in the community, but was reported by someone, and when they reached there, this police officer decided to take money. You get it? Take money from Morris to actually criminalize this person who has been extorted. So you find such cases where every time a queer person takes a case, some police officers see it as an advantage for them to exploit, for them to get more money. And in such a way, they are promoting the vice. And you know what? A person like Morris, when most of the people who have been kidnapped or put in such situations where they are blackmailed, he always tells them, I'm going to take you to police. And sometimes he takes them. And when he reaches police is always on his side. He's equipped with police numbers. He knows the OC of this station, the other station, and even reads them to you. And even can scare the people around him. Like, do you know what? I know this police officer. I know this police officer. I know the other police officer. You see, such incidences empower.
Even when you think about the way someone is treated at police, if they're feminine presenting or if they're masculine presenting, it now becomes a circus. They will call book a day, they will undress you, they will say, oh, are you a woman, are you a man? They first remove your clothes, then it becomes national news. So that is an opportunity for them to blackmail you and extort you and say to a center if you don't want to be embarrassed, and you go home peacefully. Yeah. So I feel like there is so many loopholes, there's so many gaps there
in the way
in the system operates,
and it empowers the blackmailers even more to extort more money. But even at some points, the police operatives, they engaged in the blackmail. They are really engaged in the blackmail. The police, you will find that they're the ones that are calling you to a police station, and they try to not to write a case against you because they know that there is no case. Just being who you are is not a case. Actually, even this new law doesn't criminalize people for being who they are. It criminalizes people for engaging in sexual,
which was already criminalized.
Yes, even in the first place. But then they call people. And they come to police stations and like, do you know who you are? They check their phones. And then the person who wants to take money from you has also been exposed to these tactics. they will also do the same. They take your phone, they take whatever you have, and they check it, and they see apps you're using. Even Facebook now turns out to be a queer app.
Wow.
WhatsApp, who you talk with, and at the end of it all, they have extorted a lot of money from you, and at the end, if you refuse to pay the money, you're tortured, you're extorted, and then that's when they decide to apply even the law, and sometimes forge a case against you. So some people have gone so creepy like that to cause insecurities around others.
Yeah, talking about insecurities and talking about blackmail, how can the LGBTQ community safeguard itself from vigilantism and blackmail? I need you to give us pointers briefly as we wrap this up. How can the LGBTQ community safeguard itself from vigilantism and blackmail?
I don't think there is a way, unless the law is fought. The law is what it's called, what?
Repealed.
Repealed, and it's no longer existing. The blackmailers are really empowered.
Yeah. But for me, I'm going to be a little more proactive, because I do know that the law has made it 100 times or 300 times worse for LGBT people, and it made blackmailers feel like, this is a field day. But I feel like the first thing that people need to do as queer people, given the situation that we are living in now, first of all, your digital security, are they empowered about their rights, about their privacy, for starters? Are they empowered about their personal security? Are you meeting random people? Yeah, because the likelihood that you meet a blackmailer goes really down if you put a little extra effort into your personal security, into your online safety and security. But that doesn't mean that, these things happen to anyone and everyone. It's like echekango techikola that's
chimanyi muzira. Yes. Echekango techimanyi muzira. But actually, like, from your point, I also find it very important for people not to meet random people, but even take time. If you're on a dating site, take time to meet people. But even neighbor blackmailer, they take their time.
Take their time.
Yes, but if you take time and have several video calls with people try not to have video calls, the blackmailers. But if you really just make sure that you have video calls, you get it, and also avoid meeting in spaces where there are no people. You get it? And then it's very important that when you're meeting someone new and really new to you, you first meet with friends. You don't go alone, you meet with friends. Yeah, it is very important.
Also maybe I feel like, on that point of meeting people with friends, I feel like the queer community sort of knows each other. Especially gay men, gay, bisexual, and queer men, they sort of know each other. It doesn't hurt to ask your friend, do you know this person? Do you know this person? He might have blackmailed someone. So, if you just ask around, and you don't have to tell them that you're going to meet them for a date. You just ask, do you know this person? Is this person safe to meet, or something like that? Because as a community, we need to look out for each other as individuals, but also we are so small, so I feel like it's easier to keep information among ourselves and to manage information among ourselves for those who are thinking through issues to do with am I going to start dating someone new? Am I hanging out with this new person? You need to at least have a backup. Yeah, backup. Also, like, when you're moving, tell your friends that, hey, I've gone to Cafe Javas, or I've gone to which hotel down there in Kasuri, down there in the village. So I've gone there, but I'll be back at this time, so that if you're not back by that time, they can be able to track you.
You see, these blackmailers, bagezi. So there is this person who was blackmailed recently, and the blackmailer first sent there a border to survey the area, Then afterwards, the border went back and went back and got the blackmailer to the venue. Got to know that this person is not with anyone. What. So I think we should also be vigilant of our environment. Like, know your environment. Ola ebode ze ekwetolola, yetololerawo ezeyo, and you're not getting suspicious at all. I think we should open our eyes and be more suspicious, and then try not to engage with people we don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't advise not to have sex or not to meet with new people for sex, but I would advise that if you're meeting new people, at least new people that someone else knows about, that you can rely on someone's word that I know so and so, I've met them, this is their character, or at least someone knows them, because there's new people you meet and no one knows them in the entire community or among your whole friend group, and no one knows them. And yeah, so like Andrew said, even being vigilant of your environment. I remember there's a time near our workplace, we did not know a crisis was brewing, but it was brewing. People kept coming to the gate and standing there and asking themselves and talking, and then they go away, and then another pair comes and they stand at the gate and they ask themselves, and then they go away. Yeah, so like you see that and you're like, your ears don't, or your mind does not think, what the fuck are they talking about? Why is everyone coming here? Is there something weird going on? So I think personally, it takes a sixth sense, but also it takes looking out for each other. I think that if someone has not noticed something weird, someone else would definitely will.
Yeah. I encourage, I also want to tell people that actually anyone can become a blackmailer at any moment.
Even queer people.
Yes, even queer people can turn out to be blackmailers, because ideally, even the structure of the law, it empowers people who report cases. Like, someone can just say, I'm a victim, I was done this and this and this. They can turn themselves into victims, and they blackmail you. Your parents can become your blackmailers, especially people who have some money and they're the ones that are providing for their families. Your parent can, your wife can blackmail you.
Your child, your son,
your child can, your daughter can blackmail you, your mother can blackmail, everyone can blackmail you. This is where this law has brought us.
They have made us vigilantes of each other.
Yes. So that the entire issue is around who do you trust with your utmost information. Your utmost information, unless you're willing to come out. But if you're not yet ready,
come out, I think even people who have come out, because personally I was having a conversation, I was just saying something here with Andrew, that if someone wants to come and blackmail me, I don't know where they would start from, because tell my parents, like, what will be the difference? Tell my sisters and siblings, I mean, report me to police, I mean, like, I've seen that before, I've been through that before. So I feel like personally, like, it would take a huge toll for someone to blackmail me, but that doesn't mean they can't blackmail me and they can't be successful about inflicting pain on me, because I might still end up in prison even though I've not given them their money, but it will still be painful either way.
Thank you so much for being a part of episode 5 of the DAS podcast. We shall be meeting in the last episode of the season. See you. Make sure to follow and subscribe. Bye.
You don't want to miss the interesting conversations on Demystifying the African Sexuality podcast.
The Das Podcast.